Hello, hello, hello. It's another wonderful Saturday afternoon here at the Castlevani-A-Thon, the final Saturday afternoon of the Castlevani-A-Thon. This is definitely 100% going to be the last stream of this series. Because we basically just have the final area of Dawn of Sorrow to wrap up. I'm definitely excited. It's been a long time coming here, but oh, and I do have something else planned for after the game is done to kind of wrap up the whole series. So once the game is done, I hope people will stick around for that as well. Anyway, let's get on into the game. Alright. Up there it is. So, between last stream and now, I did a tiny bit of soul farming. So, I have a better sword now. And it only came at the cost of the boss soul for the laser. Alright. Also gonna turn the game down a little bit in my head. Alright, let's see how this weapon does. Oh yeah, that's much better. Absolutely Super Mega Man X. I just have to traverse all this fire without getting killed. This final area is a lot more difficult than the final area from Aria of Sorrow, that's for sure. Nah, I'm not gonna be playing Bloodstained. I've already played Bloodstained. Well, I will say one big improvement Bloodstained makes over the, oh hey, a worm robe. It's worse than what I have. Cool. The one big improvement that, Bloodstained makes over, the Soma Cruz games, since it essentially uses the Soul system, just under a different name, the drop rates for the shards in, a weird room. Another weird room. The drop rate for the shards in Bloodstained, so much better. So much fucking better than the soul drop rates. Holy shit. One of the drop rates, like, one of the souls I needed to get this sword had, like, a 1% drop rate. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Especially since, like, it doesn't take effort to grind the souls, it just takes time. Because, like, let's say I wanted to get that soul. All I would have to do is that for an eternity. So, like, ooh, hearts. So, like, it's not difficult at all to work out souls. Go back. I mean, I know there's a thing down there. I just didn't realize it would be a dead end immediately. Press up plus L to jump higher. Oh, it's this again. Those things look like a Metroid enemy. Get out of the way, sand guys. So that's all these sand guys do is just appear. Yeah. There's that too. I mean, I found a few weapons. Admittedly, the weapons I found were basically just like... They were like single upgrades above weapons I already had. Man, what a great map. Man, what a great owl. Hey. Please stop. Oh yeah, no, for sure. And then I know there's plenty of stuff that I basically just skipped over. I should maybe have gotten more potions. Goddamn final guards. Oh, good. More of these bastards. Gotta love them. And hey, let's slap in some fucking white dragons just for the hell of it. God, I hate those things. Sir? That's, quite the interesting background we have here. It's, nothing, nothing too horrible. Oh, would you look at that? It's the same room, except there's more platforms. Bye, sand guy. Hey, a save room. Fucking fantastic. Here we go. Here's a boss room. Lady, please. Sir? I see. Is it now? That's cool. I was pretty sure it was... I'm pretty sure I knew it was getting a Switch release. It was just delayed from the PC release. Alright. I need to figure out how to dodge this guy better. I have to play more Rogue Legacy too. I know I did it on stream a couple times, but that was mostly just kind of to show it off or to use up time. That's an easy one to dodge. Huh. But can you do that one more often? Because that's easy to dodge. I'm actually not sure how I'm supposed to dodge that one. I'm presuming all of these are dodgeable so that there's no guaranteed damage. But I'm going to be trying to use as little potions as possible until I get to the last boss. Nope. That was wrong. I'll get this guy. Don't y'all worry. Yeah, I don't know where the safe zone on that one is. It's not in the corner. Ah, come on. Damn it, don't swing the wrong way, Soma. Yeah, keep doing this one. This one's easy. Damn it. This guy's tough. Oh my god. Can you stop pinballing me, please? Just... Ah, God. This requires some really fast reaction speed for some of these. Like, unless I'm just doing it wrong. I guess not, because I beat him. Give me a beach ball. Summon a cloud of locusts to swarm foes. Alright, cool. We're gonna go save. We're gonna go fucking save, because we beat that guy. Oh, you can attack the... Why didn't I think of even trying that? No, I just got good at the game and fucking just dodged them. Hello, sir. Can you please not? Oh, hello. Cat that I couldn't see because it's black on a black background. Oh good, more owl. Yeah, just the strat of getting good at the game. Yeah, I recommend it. Hello, sir. I'm just gonna go ahead and... I don't feel like fighting yet. You can... just... You can live. I condemn you to life. Nullify poison. I mean... Man, I have gotten almost no yellow souls this entire run. Sure, let's nullify poison. Unleash divine energy that causes widespread damage. Alright. Neat. You may have been wrong on your estimate of an hour last time, huh? How wrong? You thought I would take longer on that boss, huh? But I'm just too good at video games. You failed to account for the fact that I am good at video games. Hey, a warp room. This is fantastic. I could go buy more potions. Oh dear, is this another person that I need to ban? Because it looks like somebody attempted to spam me by posting a link in my chat. But the foolish bot did not realize that I don't allow links in my chat. Shut up, Hammer. Give me my potions. Okay, first off, I need to sell some stuff to you. Then you can give me my potions. Okay. I'm good, because I'm not going to be exploring that right now. I know I've gotten down there, in, like, personal playthroughs before. I'm not too concerned about it. Look at all this money. All this money that we're going to spend on potions! Might as well stock up. Alright, there we go. Alright, we head back to the Abyss with our nice new stock of potions. We bid farewell to Hammer. His services have been invaluable. I think this is the one save point in the whole game that's right next to a warp room. Alright, this is looking pretty final here. Oh. Exclamation point. Soma? What happened? He arrived too late, quite simply. He gained dominance over a calamitous demon. I tried to prevent the summoning ritual from happening, but your dark power failed to overcome the power I gained from the sacrifice. Sacrifice? Celia? Such an unseemly sight. Be gone. Yes, he gained dominoes. He has full power over, like, the shittiest delivery pizza. You killed your own ally? She had always dreamed of seeing the Dark Lord. She served me to the end in my becoming. She should feel honored. Not only that, she even helped me take care of that pesky Arikado. Terabang? He's right. His sacrifice reversed the flow of my dark power. The stage is now set. We shall see whose power of dominance prevails. What? This cannot be. My dominance should be complete. So that's what's happening. Arikado, what's going on? The power of dominance isn't easily contained. He isn't like you. His soul can't withstand the power that intense. Liar, I've heard enough from you. Whoa! Arigato. I am the chosen one. I am the Dark Lord. I shall not succumb to the power. Roar! It's useless. You can't control it. Roar! Whoa. His back explode. Demons under his dominance. They fused us one. Letting this out would be a disaster. It must end here. Hello, sir. It's your creepy face. Wow, that's really good. Ow, that really hurts. Whoop. Can't miss. Oh, this music's pretty cool. That whole sequence gave me some Undertale vibes. I don't want to spoil for anyone who hasn't played through to know what I mean, but ow! No, this music's pretty cool. Bye. Let's use another potion. Yes, I know. Cool music in a Castlevania game is completely unheard of. I see. Let me have that kneecap. Fuck your kneecaps. Missed. Ow. Oh, that really hurts. Oh. His kneecap isn't vulnerable anymore. Ow. Stop, little mouth dudes. No, fuck off. Ah! Fuck. It's a damn good thing I stopped for potions. I'ma get you. Ow. Fuck off, little mouth dudes. I wish to hit the big mouth dude. Yeah, no, nice to have a weapon that actually does real damage now. God, why does he have to hurt so bad? I'm almost out of potions. I think I have some other things on me that can restore health. Funny enough, it's actually the same sword that I used at the end of last game. It just doesn't work the same. Oh shit. He shrink. Oh dear. Soma, that might be a bit too much for you. Stop! What are you doing? This place won't hold. We have to get out. Oh. That was a fun last fight. It's finally over. We're finished here. Let's go. Ellipses. Soma, what's wrong? Tell me, just what is the Dark Lord? What Celia told you wasn't necessarily wrong. The Dark Lord is the entity opposite to God. Then that means there will always be a need for a Dark Lord. All because I ducked out from becoming the next in line. Don't misconstrue me. Perhaps there is a need for the Dark Lord. But there's no reason at all for you to become the Dark Lord. But if it weren't for me, none of this would have happened. You're neither a god nor a demon. You're only human. You have no chance at ever achieving perfection. Or are you saying you want to be the Dark Lord? No, of course not. Then stay true to that. Look. There are people waiting for you. Don't break their hearts. Everyone, you kept your promise. Welcome back, Soma. Looks like you're all done. Your face says it all. Arikado, you're right. Mina, what are you doing here? What do you mean? I was so worried. Oh, Mina, I'm sorry. Don't cry. Gotcha. Welcome back, Soma. Poor Soma, she'll have you wrapped around her finger. Oh, without a doubt. I'd like to be wrapped around Yoko's finger. What are you saying? We're not like that. Ha 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 ha. If the world needs a Dark Lord, it will emerge, even if it's not you, Soma. Julius mode has been unlocked. I thought I didn't get that unless I got a bad ending. The FAQ was wrong! Boss Rush mode has been unlocked. Sound mode has been unlocked. Data has been saved. And there we go. That is Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. The final game in the Castlevania timeline. So yes, it should be noted, the world was good forever and nothing bad happened ever again. Because, well, nothing was ever made that took place after this game. And the Castlevania series is unfortunately pretty thoroughly dead now. Yeah. But we had a good time. I still enjoy this game. I wish, like I was saying earlier, I wish that the soul drop rates were a little less ridiculous. I would say that this and Aria of Sorrow definitely benefit from, like, the idea that you would personally be taking more time to go through everything, to explore, to farm things, to try to find more items. I'm gonna say it outright here. This playthrough I just did does not do this game justice. I skipped a lot. I didn't look up any of the cryptids from the newspaper. I didn't go through that area in the bottom left of the map. There's plenty of stuff that I did not explore in this game. Like, yeah. I don't feel like this playthrough I just did really does the game justice. But, you know, that could be for you all to handle. If you decide to play this game yourself, you can take the time to explore all the things that I didn't. I'll poke Julius away for a second. Behold, it's Julius. He's got a whip. He plays old Castlevani music. And it's the one time when someone is playing as a Belmont that you can actually actively switch between the sub-weapons. But I do really like this game. I like the Soma Cruz story. I think it kind of wraps up the whole Castlevania story quite well. Because we started with Dracula being created as the Dark Lord, and then went through just so many iterations and character generations of Dracula resurrecting and whatnot. We then had the Battle of 1999, where Dracula was finally killed once and for all, and then, in a very Dracula-like fashion, he still found a way to attempt to come back in the form of essentially reincarnating as Soma. But through Soma's efforts, he does not become the Dark Lord. He does not become the replacement for Dracula, and that all just kind of comes to a close. Wraps everything up quite neatly. I will say this one final time for this series. I still think it's a shame we did not get a game for the events of the Battle of 1999, but oh well. We'll just have to deal with it. But anyway. Yes, the final game of the series does not take place in Dracula's castle. And hell, our final fight against Dracula was 2 whole games ago. Because Soma doesn't even do something like fight like the memory of Dracula or something like that. And behold, alternate music for here too. Alright. But I think I've done enough messing around in here. I think it's time to put Dawn of Sorrow and the Castlevania series to bed. But before we wrap things up, there is one more thing that I wanted to do. So please give me a minute while I set that up. Alright, I am back. Actually going to close the game now. So, the last thing to do, which is going to close out this series, is some final thoughts in the form of a tier list. We are going to be classifying every game in the series that we just went through. So, I have constructed a very simple tier list here. There are 5 grades here that I'm going to give each game, based on my personal opinions from the playthroughs that I just did. So, we have the top one, which is going to be great. Second one, good. Third one, meh. Meh does not necessarily mean bad. Meh is going to be kind of like middle of the road. Like neither good, not necessarily good, not necessarily bad, just kind of in the middle. Then we have bad, I mean, the rest of these I think are pretty self-explanatory. And then our final tier, down at the very bottom here, is Belmont's Revenge. So anyway, actually going to kick on some music so it's not completely silent aside from my voice. So I have prepared here the Rondo of Blood OST to accompany us on our journey here. Let me actually turn this way down because we don't. I know, wouldn't that be something? I just have a change of heart in the middle of the tier list and don't put Belmont's Revenge in the tier made specifically for it. So we are going to be going in order of the timeline again here. Also, I will say Tier Maker cropped these logos something horrible. However, they're all pretty distinct enough that you can tell which is which. Yeah, I will just preface that with this. So, we start with good old Castlevania Lament of Innocence. The very first game in the series, timeline-wise, the first one we played here. It was a 3D Castlevania. Now, I had a lot of problems with this game. The combat, I remember it was alright, but a huge problem was the fact that there was no reason to do the combat outside of mandatory fights. Most of the time, you were better off sidestepping enemies. And even then, the required fights, not very difficult. And just, I don't know, where it put itself at the beginning of the timeline to kind of explain the origins of Dracula and the vampire killer whip, I don't think it did a particularly great job at that. So as for this reason, I will put Castlevania Lament of Innocence in the bad tier. Next up, we have good old Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. Definitely one of the better games. I think it took a lot of stuff from the original Castlevania on the NES and just made it absolutely better. There was like actual story events in game, multiple paths, different characters, and hell, the game is set up so that you can't unlock every character in one go. You need to do more than one playthrough to truly experience the whole game. Frankly, as far as I can recall throughout the whole series, Dracula's Curse also has the most difficult Dracula fight in the series. I am going to be putting Dracula's Curse in the Great tier. It is definitely a standout among the games. There's some frustrating parts to it, but that's NES game design, honestly, and can be mostly forgiven. Alright, so next, Curse of Darkness. This is the other PS2 game, the other 3D Castlevania. It built upon what Lament of Innocence had, and oh boy, definitely made things 1,000 times better. I actually enjoyed my time with Curse of Darkness as opposed to Lament of Innocence. It's not without its flaws, obviously. I think it's a shame that a lot of the elements brought up in Curse of Darkness don't ever get brought up again, like the just the whole concept of the Forge Masters and their creation and dominance over the creatures of the night that Dracula controls. It's never touched upon again. But another game that I also could have explored more in, I could have checked out more of the monster evolutions. I think there were some challenge areas I had not yet explored. Secrets that I definitely didn't find. Definitely a game that warrants more than one playthrough. I will be putting Castlevania Curse of Darkness in the good tier. So next we have the first of the Christopher Belmont games. Now, we played Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth, which was a completely remade version of Castlevania The Adventure. I did not play the Game Boy version of Castlevania The Adventure, and for reasons we'll discuss in a bit, that was probably for the best. I think they did a really good job remaking it into something that's a lot more playable. I think I remember that it had a ton of stock sound effects and stuff like that kind of took me out of the experience. Especially since a lot of them were placed in really weird spots. So I also remember having fun with the Dracula fight in it. However, I am going to be putting it in the meh category. Now, just to reiterate, meh does not mean bad. Meh means middle of the road. It is neither great nor is it terrible. It merely is. Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge is one of the worst fucking games I played in my goddamn life. I would sooner, I would sooner take the Game Boy copy of Belmont's Revenge and eat it before I played it again. Horrible. Doesn't even have the excuse of, oh, but it's for Game Boy. There are so many really good Game Boy games out there, even among the platforming genres. Belmont's Revenge is fucking horrible. Yes, exactly, Super Mega Man X, which is why we'll be putting it in the great tier. Get your screenshot now while you can. Yeah. Without a doubt, Belmont's Revenge is absolutely king shit of god-awful game mountain here as far as the Castlevania series goes. It is without a doubt the worst game of the series. I can say that without any hesitation. So next up, we leave behind the painful legacy of Christopher Belmont and move into the classic, the man, the myth, the legend, Simon Belmont, with Super Castlevania 4, which we played instead of Castlevania 1. Super Castlevania 4 is definitely a definitely a good game. Um, has the best control we've ever had over a Belmont, with being able to maneuver a lot better, being able to whip in any direction, and to do the little dangly thing that doesn't really ever come in too big of handy. But I do have some gripes with it. It felt really short overall. And I think I could say without a doubt that it has the second easiest Dracula fight in the series. For these reasons, I am going to put Super Castlevania 4 in the good tier. Okay. Next, to finish off Simon's legacy here, we have Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Which, oh my god. So much... There's no other way to say it. So much wasted potential in Simon's Quest. Absolutely so much wasted potential. It had so many good ideas, but absolutely zero good implementation of any of them. It's certainly a decent successor to the original Castlevania, and I applaud them for trying what they did. However, there is just too much wrong with it. Like, once everything is said and done, there is just too much wrong with it for me to put it anywhere higher than the bad tier. Now, do note, I'm doing this in the tier list to avoid, like, itemizing every single game into a ranking list out of all 15 of them. Because I'm not going to say, like, oh, these are the best one, like, this is the best, this is the next best, and so on and so on and so on, because I don't like ranking like that. I will say, at the very least, Simon's Quest is better than Lament of Innocence. And if it had managed to implement really any of the things that it tried to do, like any one thing that it tried to do well, if it had managed that, then Simon's Quest would have been put into the Met tier. Next, we have Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. So, it was okay. I can't say that any part of the game particularly stood out to me. Though I do have to say, in retrospect, after playing Symphony of the Night, and thinking back to everything that happened with Harmony of Dissonance, it's very clear Harmony of Dissonance wanted really, really, really badly to be Symphony of the Night 2. Largely just because almost everything it did aped something that Symphony of the Night did. Because you have the two castles, you have gathering Dracula's remains again, and just a lot of the ways the game played and how things were set up, it was very clear that it wanted to be Symphony of the Night. Unfortunately, it is not Symphony of the Night. Nor is it a Castlevania that I think I'm going to pick up again. Thinking about it really clearly, I'm going to put Harmony of Dissonance into the meh tier. Next up, oh boy, Castlevania Rondo of Blood brings us Richter Belmont, his little moves, and once again, like Dracula's Curse, there are actually different paths you can take, so there's some different levels, so you can't see everything in one playthrough. There's alternate paths within the levels to take. There's an unlockable character that I completely missed. I actually didn't even get the best ending for Rondo of Blood because I didn't save Maria. Rondo of Blood, I'm gonna come out and say it, absolutely my favorite of the classic style Castlevanias. Absolutely. There's even a good chance that I will play that again on stream someday. It's going into the great tier. I don't think there was any doubt about that. But yeah, Rondo of Blood, absolutely my favorite of the classic style Castlevanias. Symphony of the Night. So, there's a lot about Symphony of the Night I like. The castle exploration was good. I think there are times that it could have done a little better job of conveying where I have available next, but that may have just been on my end, frankly. I think the second castle bit was a neat idea, though I felt like it was just kind of like one huge end stage that that is just kind of there to be rushed through, because like they're not gonna be able to, like, it's at a point in the game where they're not going to be able to give you new maneuverability to get around things, like, because I mean, let's be honest, you already have the ability to fly by that point. A large amount of the bosses are just kind of tank and spank. Dracula himself, I just kind of slapped him while guzzling potions. But, I mean, it's still a really good game. Absolutely a really good game. I think there's even a fair amount of stuff that I missed in it. Especially in regards to, like, Alucard's special moves. I am going to put Symphony of the Night in the great tier. It is definitely deserving of it. Next we have Order of Ecclesia. So this was the third of the DS games. Ironically, the first of them that we played. And again, another game that there was plenty that I left unexplored because I did not 100% villager requests or things like that. It had a similar thing to the Soul system with the glyphs. I'm honestly not sure if I prefer the Soul system or the glyph system, because they both certainly have their ups and downs. Overall, I think Order of Ecclesia is going to go into the good tier. Next we have Castlevania Bloodlines, the final one in the timeline of the classic style Castlevanias. If you watched me play this at all, excuse me, you would have heard me gush about how much I liked it. I was not expecting to like it nearly as much as I did. It's definitely a hard game. The levels are extremely long, which is partially where some of the difficulty comes from. But overall, like, I liked the way it was presented. Character control was pretty good. Bosses were pretty damn nice. Overall, I had a great experience with Bloodlines. I personally put it at number 2 for the classic style games. It's going to go in the great tier. Then, next, we have the direct sequel to Bloodlines, Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. I have to be completely honest. Well, my opinion on Portrait of Ruin has not changed. I'm going to say the same thing I just did for Dawn of Sorrow. I personally don't think my playthrough of Portrait of Ruin did the game justice. Because there was a lot that I did not do. Tons of side quests I didn't look into. There was a fair amount of exploration that I had not done, because once you get more exploration options, there are areas in some of the other painted worlds where you can go and find other items and shit like that. And I did not do that in my playthrough. However, I will say, at the end of the day, my opinion of Portrait of Ruin has not changed. It is my favorite of the Metroidvania style games. So it's going to go in the great tier. So, I'm going to save a little time here, because a lot of my opinions about Dawn of Sorrow are also true for Aria of Sorrow. Go figure, they're very, very similar games. So, I like the soul system. I like being able to take enemy moves and using them and stuff like that. I wish drop rates were better so I could have shown off more of it without having to grind off screen or something. I think I was fairly complete in my exploration of Aria of Sorrow. I could have gone and done more soul farming to use more abilities like that, but I think I more or less covered what that game has. Overall, I'm going to put both Aria and Dawn of Sorrow into the good tier. Because they are definitely good games, but there are some flaws about them that definitely keep them away from being just one level higher. Okay. Yeah, I think I am happy with this distribution here. Overall, I would say that the Castlevania series is definitely, I mean, it's a great series. I mean, with me just going through all of them and playing them right now and plotting them down like this, you can see there is not very much in the way of, like, just terribleness in the series. It's pretty consistently good. Like, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that, frankly, any game meh tier or higher is worth playing. If you're really curious, the others can be for an experience. That's about all I would recommend it for, is just the experience of having played them. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that I played these games, even if I didn't really like them. Because, let's be honest, how can you really be sure what a game is really like if you don't just go and play it? Because, like, I think by now everyone has watched fucking Angry Video Game Nerd play Simon's Quest, and there's this whole big general notion that Simon's Quest is a bad game. You can't really know it yourself until you play it. And I have to be completely honest, there are parts of Simon's Quest that aren't as bad as a lot of people say. Granted, I was playing on a patched version of the cartridge, so it's possible that some of the worst parts of the games that fixed just makes the overall experience that much worse, so that you hate even just the little bad things, you know? But yeah, I think I can safely say this is my arrangement for the Castlevania series overall. The canonical games. Because you have to recall that this is just the games we've covered over the series, so there's no Castlevania Legends, no Circle of the Moon, no Castlevania 64, no Legacy of Darkness. Because those games are not considered to be canonical. I have a feeling that if they were, I would largely be adding games to the bad category. Circle of the Moon, no. Frankly, if I had played Circle of the Moon as part of this series, it would be going on the good tier. I like Circle of the Moon. Legends, I have no idea because I didn't touch it. And then I'm actually quite thankful I didn't have to touch either of the N64 games, and they were kind enough to make it so that those games were not canonical. I take it as a small mercy. Alright. Well, that is about all I had planned here. So I guess it is time to cut things off. So thank you for watching today, and if you have watched any point of this series at all, thank you for watching the Castlevani-A-Thon. It has been a very interesting experience. Started this back at the end of June, and yeah, really did take me half a year to get through all of it, but I did. Definitely an enjoyable experience. I hope that everyone watching had an enjoyable experience with it as well. Maybe inspired you to give some of these games a shot, or maybe replay them. because the Castlevania series is definitely worth it. It's a shame that there's not really ever going to be another game in the series. It's a shame that it is effectively over and dead. But that just means we could celebrate what we have. And Konami has done a pretty decent job at making these games available for people to play. I would say, frankly, the only one where you're really going to have to go out of your way that Konami has really dropped the ball on and needs to fix this shit immediately is Rondo of Blood. I implore Konami to give us a proper release of Rondo of Blood that we can play in the West legally. Because a hidden Easter egg on a PSP game is not good enough. Please, Konami, give us a PC port of Rondo of Blood. That's all I have to say. Yeah, but that's PS4. We need a proper PC release. Because they've gone out of their way to put a lot of the series on PC. Because if you think about it, you can play... I know it's on PS4. I just acknowledged that you said that. I'm aware. They need to put it on PC. Because we can play Castlevania's 1, 2, 3, 4, Bloodlines, and the Game Boy Advance games on PC with the collections they've put out. And for some reason, they decided to include Dracula X Chronicles in those collections instead of the proper Rondo of Blood. They need to fix that. The DS games, I can understand there can be issues porting that. PS2 games as well, I understand there can be difficulties porting. But yeah, no. It is a shame that Rondo of Blood is tucked away down very specific avenues. Because in order to play it legally in the West, you have to either have the PSP or PS4. Anyway, I've been ranting long enough. This has gone on long enough here. It is time to close up the Castlevani-A-Thon. Put it and the stream to bed. So, plans for streaming in the future. Now that this is done, I will be returning to what my stream schedule was before. The schedule itself is not changing. I'm still going to be doing the same days at the same times. However, I am going to be going back to my format of playing 2 games. One game being on Thursdays, the other being on Saturdays. I'm not going to say what games I'm going to be playing yet, because I only have one of them in mind. I still have to figure out another one. But anyway, thank you all again for watching. Thank you everyone who followed during the Castlevani-A-Thon here. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see y'all on the next stream, which is, as I said, usual schedule, going to be on Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And yeah, that is about it. Hi, Saku. Coming in right at the end here. But yeah, so in conclusion, go play some Castlevania games, people. They are very much worth it. Just if you pick any of these games in the top 2 tiers, you absolutely will not be disappointed in your experience. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good day. If you celebrate, have a Merry Christmas. I hope to see you all next time. Thank you for watching the Castlevani-A-Thon. Goodbye.